This is Labot on a Tri-Logo card. So he's on a Return of the Jedi Palatoy Tri-Logo card. And it comes with a Bespin blaster. And what's interesting about the Tri-Logo card is the picture variation. So it's a different picture to what's on the other Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back cards. So on the other cards it shows the bot flanked by stormtroopers, and this one he's flanked by Bespin guards. So you've got all the languages there, English, Spanish and French logos, plus the figure. It's quite a good looking figure. The bot comes with a Bespin blaster. This one's AFA graded 75. So the card gets 75, bubble 80 and the figure 90. It says 1983 Palatoy Star Wars Tri-Logo Labot. Quite nice looking figure. I mean, if you look at the picture that you've used on this card, it's quite grainy, it's not very sharp, it's quite out of focus almost. But that's what happened with some Tri-Logo cards, they changed the pictures. And then if we look at the back of the card, we can see it's got 70, collect all 70 there, but there's actually 79 listed with the two blacked out Ewoks, which are Papalu and Numat. So not every figure made it onto Tri-Logo cards, some made it into Tri-Logo hybrids, and a few like the Death Squad Commander and Power Droid and Walrus Man didn't make it at all into Tri-Logo. I mean, you can get the Death Star on a miss card, but you can't get Walrus Man or Power Droid. All the figures you get, and then let's get looking at the front of the card again. The three logos, the picture, the figure. So this is the Tri-Logo Lobot from 1983, 84, 85, sold in Europe and the USA. Really nice figure. Looks great. AFA 75. Really nice item. The good thing with Tri-Logos is the bubble, even though it's a bit of a large bubble, it tends to stay clear, whereas Kenner bubbles tend to, you know, turn yellow. Okay, cheers, bye. It's the Return of the Jedi Captive 2, Captivator. It's this vehicle here, it's a mini rig, Star Wars mini rig, and it's boss vehicle. It's UKG graded 80%. Great artwork on the box. Originally came on the Empire Strikes Back box, and then it was issued again on the Return of the Jedi. You can see the side view. So it's a bi-logo box because it contains, has lots of different languages on the packaging. Mainly English and French. There's the French logo. There's Bosk inside the Captivator 2, and he's got the Rebel Commander in the back. These are other mini rigs you can get, other languages. Captivator 2, the gear. It's a really nice item, this, from a long time ago, and these mini rigs aren't as expensive as other box vintage items, but they're getting there. So really nice item. Return of the Jedi Captivator 2 from 1983-84, UKG graded 80%. Great artwork on the box. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's the Captivator 2 from 1983. Really nice item. Cheers, bye. Okay, this is a Return of the Jedi Admiral Akbar 1983, so it's the original vintage figure on a US Kenner 65 back. So there's the figure. Bubble's pretty yellowed now. The original price was £1.75 in the UK, so this one was sold in the UK. Cool figure. And if we look at the back, There's the 65 back, the 2 blacked out Ewoks, and it says the figure's made in Taiwan. So pretty cool. And we'll have one more look at Admiral Akbar. So really nice figure. $65 back, US card, Admiral Akbar. Really nice item. Okay, cheers, bye. Okay, here's Emperor's Royal Guard on a Spanish PBP card from 1983, Return of the Jedi. And it's AFA graded 80. It has the Spanish offer there, 1 figure free. And the offers on the back of the card. It says made in Spain, though not these figures necessarily were made in Spain. So Emperor's Royal Guard, El Retorno del Jedi card, 4 and up. And you can see 1983 PBP Star Wars Return of the Jedi 65 back, Emperor's Royal Guard, card 75, bubble 80, figure 90. That's a 90 figure, really nice. And yeah, that's great. And then let's look at the back of the card. So it says Figures Star Wars Collection, Spanish. El Retorno del Jedi. It's a 65 back, I believe. Yep. And it says for 6 figures you get 1 free from the Enom offer. You've got to put 6 names per. I only know a little bit of Spanish. Nombre, name. Esta oferta es valid hasta the 31st of dinero de 1985. That's January. Janvier? I can't even remember. Anyway, so here's El Retorno del Jedi 1983. Beautiful item. And these Spanish figures are quite highly prized by vintage foreign collectors. Made in Spain. Great looking item. So really nice. Okay, so that's the Spanish El Retorno del Jedi Emperor's Royal Guard. Looks amazing. AFA 80. Glad I bought it in 2011 or 12 when it was affordable rather than what you'd have to pay for it now. Okay, cheers, goodbye. Okay, this is probably the weirdest thing I have graded. This is the Star Wars portfolio by Ralph McQuarrie, and I've got it graded UKG 85. So it's the art portfolio in a graded case. I've got this a few years ago, so you can see Ralph McQuarrie 1977, shrink wrapped, rarity 2 stars, portfolios 85%, colours 90%, the overall grade is 85%. And that's the old UK style of grading sticker there. I mean, it wasn't much this when I bought it, but you're talking about maybe 2012, 2011. It was just something weird on eBay, and I went for it and I won it. But it wasn't at all expensive. I mean, to get this now, just loose, would be more than what this cost. But this is the art grade. It's pack sealed. So it contains like pictures by Ralph McQuarrie in sort of like, so you could even put them on display. Here's the back of the thing. So this is a really weird thing to have graded. But it's vintage, and you know, someone decided to have it graded, and I bought it on eBay. So there you go, from 1977-78. Hi, this is the vintage Lumat on Power of the Force card. The bubble's quite clear. This is a made in Mexico figure, so it's probably carded in Mexico. The way you can tell is that it's got a hole in the back of the card, even though it's a Kenner card. and the appearance of the card, especially on the back, will be less glossy. There's the coin he comes with. It says Lumat Ewok Warrior. Quite a nice looking figure. And all Lumats are made in Mexico, plus all Papalus, I think. Those two figures are entirely made in Mexico, nowhere else. So that's the front of the card. Here's the back of the card. And you can tell the card looks kind of faded. It should say there, it says it. You can just about make it out. Made in Mexico. Ewok, Warwick. So that's a made in Mexico figure. I can't see a hole in the back of the card. Usually they have little holes in the back of the card. It's a nice item. Power of the Force, last 17. Quite a nice looking figure. So that's Lumat from 1984-85 on a Power of the Force card. There's the coin he's got, comes with. Lighting's really bad today, I'm afraid. It's been raining all day. So that's Lumat from way back when. Alright, cheers, bye. Okay, this is the Darth Vader 12-back figure. It's a 12-back B, but it's got Takara sticker. So this means that this version was sold in Japan, even though it's just a US card with a Japanese sticker. There is a variant with a white background and a Japanese sculpt for that's a more highly sought version. But this is more or less a basic US card with the sticker applied. It's a regular Hong Kong figure. There is a variant with a Japanese version of the figure, but still quite a nice item. It's AFA 75, and yeah, I got it around 2012, about the time Lucasfilm had sold sold Star Wars to Disney. So this is graded 75, card gets 85, bubble 70, figure 85, and it's a 12-pack B, Darth Vader Takara sticker. You can see the Takara sticker there. You can look at the figure. Classic Darth Vader from 1978. The reason the bubble gets a 70 or blister is there's a tiny little crack just in the corner there. You can just see it there. Just a teeniest like little hole in the blister, and that's why it gets marked down to 70. I can't see anything else wrong with the blister, but that's the reason this gets downgraded to a 70, the bubble. The overall grade is 75. Really nice item. So you've got the picture of Luke and Leia in the corner, Darth Vader, the white price area. Underneath you can just about make out the Kenner logo underneath the sticker. Really nice item. And I mean, I bought this in 2012. If I wanted to get the same thing now, it would cost about 3 to 4 times as much as what I paid back then. This thing's gone up so much. Star Wars Action Collector's Stand. There's a little sticker there, it says 65. And yeah, that's over the proof of purchase. Really nice card back of the original. You can tell it's a 12-back B because it's got see on the lightsaber tip there, it's just got a little bit extended, and you can tell because it's a slightly brighter yellow. An A wouldn't have that, it would just be a really short lightsaber. But that's for how the telescoping saber worked, and that they soon abandoned that. Hence the rarity of telescoping saber figures. So this is the Darth Vader classic figure, one of the first I ever bought back in the day. Beautiful. This is the original. Reissued on the Vintage Collection card back. I think it was VC93 Darth Vader. With the same card back. This is just great. And also the 40th anniversary Black's 6-inch Black Series. Darth Vader comes on this sort of card. But this is the real deal. Sweet item. Darth Vader Black Series. I mean Kenner with the Takara sticker. And that's the Poppy logo there. Takara Poppy, I mean. Well, maybe it's just the Takara, I'm getting it mixed up with the Poppy. Anyway, let's look at the figure one more time. Great figure, great image on the card back. This is just so classic. Imagine this is 40 years old now. Beautiful item. The Darth Vader from 1978. It's now 2018. Looks so cool. Beautiful item. I'm glad I got it when I did, because now you'd have to spend a lot more on this. Okay, so that's AFA graded Darth Vader Takara sticker, 12 back B. Very nice item. If you want one, you better start saving. Okay, cheers, goodbye. Excellent item. Jedi Interceptor 4 mini rig in a European box. It's called a buy logo box, and it has a few languages on it like German, English, Dutch and French. And it's quite a good vehicle. This is quite an easy one to find in a high condition still. I had this one when I was a kid. So UKG graded, it gets 80%. It says buy logo Europe. So you can see it has the vehicle, you can put it inside the AT-AT. Return of the Jedi Interceptor 4 mini rig. You can get other ones. I've got the Captivator 2 recently, I'll show you that as a buy logo box as well. And it says contains one vehicle, action figures not included. There's the French logo. This is pretty cool. It gets a UKG 80 grade. Made in Macau, Interceptor 4. Designed to go into the AT-AT, to be piloted by the AT-AT driver. It's a pretty good toy really. So that's your Return of the Jedi mini rig from 1984, 5. Really nice. And there's the underside. So it was sold somewhere for 99 cents or pence at clearance. Really nice item. Great. Alright, cheers, goodbye. This is the so-called Toy Tony Palatoy figure of Luke Skywalker. So I did a video about this ages ago when I first found out about the sort of what Toy Tony had been up to. And what he'd done was he bought loads of bubbles and cards separate and found the figures and attached them to the bubble and card back. And he did it a lot with this figure, he did it a lot with the C-3PO, he did it a lot with other, what you know as 45 back Palatoy cards. And you know, I mean, this sort of came to a head light around 2012, 2013, and before that I'd bought this Luke. It cost quite a lot. It was a AFA 90. So it's card 90, bubble 90, figure 85, near mint, and it's a 45 back C card, Luke Skywalker blonde hair. So, you know, and then the Toy Tony sort of business came to a light, and a lot of people sold off their stuff, but because I spent a lot on this figure, I wasn't going to sell it off for a loss. I'd sit on it because it's still original vintage card back and bubble. It's just been assembled at a later date than like in, say, after early 90s, mid 90s. It's a nice item. I mean, it's you know, you go on eBay, there's one of these 85 AFA 85, and they're asking quite a bit for it still. So whether maybe in 5 years time, 10 years time, it won't really matter, but we'll see. It's a really nice item though. Luke Skywalker on the British Palatoy card with Luke yellow hair there. Sometimes find him with brown hair as well. It says collect them all. 3.99 offer. 1983. Return of the Jedi 45 back. But I mean, that figure now is commanding quite a bit of money. I mean, if he was just 90 loose graded, you'd get more or less almost what I paid for this back in 2012, I guess, or 2013. But really nice item. Luke Skywalker from 1983, Toy Tony version. I have got this on a 65 back with the double stem, which is correct. But this is one of my favourite figures. I think it's one of everyone's favourites. Luke Skywalker. AFA 90, Toy Tony card. 45 back C, blonde hair. Just a really nice thing. Okay, so cheers, goodbye. These are the Marvel adaptions of Return of the Jedi from 1983. So this is issue 1. Nice cover. Then there's issue 2. Limited 4 edition series. Then there's issue 3. Marvel. Great cover there. And then the last issue, number 4, bright yellow. Luke, Vader and the Emperor. The official comics adaptation. So there's those 4. They're not too hard to find now. Then you've got Star Wars Droids. This is number 3. This will be about 1986-87. Star Comics. Then we've got issue 2. And there's a great cover. These ones are aimed at kids, and then here's the first issue. This is the genuine first issue. Okay, so that's the comics from Marvel back in the 1980s. Alright, cheers, bye.